Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Ramsey Custom Shop. I thought I'd give you a little quick look at the paint booth. I think my last video was the first paint job I'd done in it, and it was just a quick little, sort of a, I guess, feature video you might call it, where it's just kind of showing the work and showing the finished product. You can see I've got some cleanup work to do, a lot of miscellaneous off-cut panels and so forth. I just got through finishing up a paint job. This is, I think, my third wave of stuff in here. So you can see my electrical, the way I've got it, just kind of give you a look at it. We come out of the fuse box of the shop there, and I don't know, if this is kind of crappy how I did it, but it's up and running, and it's safe because I don't have any electrical connections being made inside the shop. So here's the light switch, and that also activates that, which is a dusk to dawn switch. So if I'm out here painting at night, I'll have access where I can see. One thing I'll show you is when I got this door, a friend of mine gave it to me, and the reason they got rid of it was the seal on the double pane is broken. You can see the moisture in there. But I took the bottom, I guess, door seal, door jamb, whatever. Well, I guess it's not the jamb. I took that off of it because I was afraid, coming out here with a paint gun full of paint, that I would trip and stumble on that and make a mess, or something. I've already had a couple of spills already. I'm a little bit on the messy side, but anyway, so the electrical. And then I got, there's more wires in that conduit pulling a 220 over here, and it wraps around that corner and then comes down to that outlet down there, which is going to be for my air conditioner. So again, we've got the electrical connection made outside the shop, and I won't be running the air conditioner while I'm actually painting, just to keep things somewhat cool in here when I'm doing prep or masking or mixing up more paint or whatever. So the lights are all sealed up. These are vapor proof lights, and you can see how I came in there. All those type connections there have a gasketed O-ring seal where it's secured to the wall. Of course, there's no connection in that, just wires coming in. All the connections are made in the box right there on the outside. And I spray foamed around the box before I put the paneling in and all that. So it goes, just sort of daisy chained. And it looks kind of weird how I've got it, but I was having an issue with the way these worked out. I wanted to mount them in that valley right there and be able to screw them into the joists. Not that they're really that heavy, but it just didn't work out that way because of how the electrical connection is done on the this. Let me get up there where you can see it. There we go. So that actually wouldn't fit in there, and the way the one is on the end, it won't fit the kind of electrical connections I have. The holes that are on each end, those gasketed or O-ringed connections won't screw into it. There's not enough room around it to get it to fit in there. So anyway, so I've got a row, on diagonals going this way, and then there's another row over there going on diagonals, and then I ended up with two extra, so I put them here. I could have put them here. You can see it's a little darker over here, but I thought the more light over the work, the better. This has got such a low ceiling in it that you don't get the broadcast of light like you would in a higher ceiling building. So obviously the way I designed this, I've got the entry door, the air conditioner, and really anything that I'm storing or anything in here is forward of the paint work, so that anything that would pull in, something like through that or through that door is gonna come and go right into the exhaust. So I don't know about this. This is kind of what I came up with. So far, it seems like it's working. These are just some exhaust filter material, and I got it off eBay, and I might come back with something different in the future. But I built just a frame around the fan, and it goes all the way to the floor, and I spray foamed. I don't know if you can see it or not, but maybe you can in there. Yeah, you can see it. I spray foamed all the way around the inside of it so that it seals off there, so no leaks can get through. Basically everything has to come through this. I do have a little gap at the top that I need to deal with, but you can see the coloring in it, you know, the blue there from the blue paint that I just shot. And so far I've not noticed any coloring, you know, inside here. There may be a slight red, a little bit of a red tint to that. Can't quite tell. But, you know, there's a place that makes trailers, you know, like car trailers and whatnot down the road from me here. And they got a bay that they paint out of, and that whole bay just is black I mean, it looked like it's had a fire in it is what it looks like, but it's just from all the black paint of where they paint. But so I ended up doing this to get all these panels sealed up, you know, is use this 90-degree, you know, trim, and then use these gaskets to seal the top and bottom. And the only thing I couldn't really get good was the corners. So I just put some spray foam in that to seal all those up. This is one of the main issues I'm seeing out here is I'm closer to the woods, and there's lots of little critters and ants and spiders and things. So far I've not had anything get in any of anything I painted, so that's a good thing. And overall I'm happy with how it's worked out as far as the results. You know, I'm getting some really nice layout. And I was getting pretty nice layout in the shop as well. No real, you know, trash or anything to speak of. I mean, you might see a little speck of something here and there, but if you follow the light, you know, you can see it's just laid out really smooth. But the one big thing about the paint booth is, and I'm overlaying a little bit of footage here, is immediately as soon as the overspray is in the air, it's immediately pulled away. And when I was in the shop, one of the things I would notice is, you know, it looked good and wet when I laid it out, but then you come back a couple, 2-3 hours later, all that overspray would just hang in the air and just lightly fall on it, and it would just sort of put a slight, you know, little haze. Nothing major, you know, nothing major at all, but just a slight little haze would sort of fall onto it, and, you know, take what could be a really super slick paint job and just kind of damper it down a little bit. So this is a flag for my friend Al. I've been working with Al for, gosh, 2-3 years now. Al's a you know, veteran sailor. He was with the Asia Sailors, the West Packers Association. They get together once a year in Branson, Missouri, and do an auction for other veterans, and they've got a few different causes I think they raise money for. And I build him these things, you know, at a discount as my way of contributing back to that. And he's gotten so many things from me. I just, you know, enjoy working with him. And so this is the flag that I came up with. This is going to be LED. You can see the rail underneath the backside, so it's going to have an outer glow of LED. It's got a white panel that I painted separately that's going to go back behind that. And I'll walk in the shop in a little bit and show you that. But and this badge goes on there. This is still somewhat wet, so I don't want to mess with it much. But this Asia Sailors goes right there. And then we're going to have a replaceable name badge for whoever bids on it and wins it. I'll remake this. You know, I just did a mock-up. You know, Captain Smith. So anyway. The intake, you know, so far I've not really had any issues with that. You can see I got, you know, I can't say that I did the best silicone job, but silicone all up around it, and I got more of this foam gasket material covering that up, and same thing at the bottom, so that we're really pulling the air through the filters and not pulling air around the filters so that potential contamination could come through. So anyway, let's walk around and I'll show you the backside. Only thing I'm not happy with, well, the electrical, I could have probably done a nicer job with how I ran that. Of course, this is going to be the air conditioner. I've got a window unit I'm going to mount in, and then I'll foam around all of it and get it sealed up good. I don't have it in here yet because it hadn't really been hot enough for me to need it, and it's pretty heavy and awkward, and I need somebody to help me get it situated up in there. But this is what I did temporarily on this. So this is the wall, you know, the back wall, and I got plastic up there, and right now you see I got it opened up so I could spray, but I need a way to keep these dry because, you know, rain, it's just exposed right to the elements, and rain, you know, can get right in there, and I don't want all these, you know, getting wet and then me come out here the next day and try to paint and pull moisture through it, you know, all out into the paint job. So I just got this where I can drape it up over, and then when I'm you know, when I'm done with it, I just fold it back down, and I've got a pressure treated 2x4 I just shove up against it, and so far it's worked out well, but I need to come up with something better than that. That's kind of janky. So my dust collector, my 2 air compressors, I do finally have both of these connectors. One of the things I did as part of getting air to the paint booth is I used to have these on 2 different circuits in the shop, one running to one air hose and this one feeding another air hose, and I don't have a dryer for this one, so now I have this tank and this tank connected together, so I can run either compressor to fill up both tanks or both compressors to fill up both tanks, but the exit of both of them only goes through the dryer. So, and then I put one of these, and I can see this hose holder here did not stay up, but one of those toilet paper style motor guard M60 filters in line to feed the paint booth, because you know, you need more than just dry air. You need oil free air as well, and you know, sometimes you can get some contamination in there, and so we got a filter on it and we got the dryer. So far, you know, it's worked out well. So anyway, I know I'm rambling here. We'll just walk in this door right here, and so it's been nice not to, I just got through painting everything and cleaning up the paint gun, but let me grab the lights. So it's been some more paint that I just got in. Bear with me 1 second, we'll get some light on the situation in here. It's been nice not to have to paint in here, you know, and for one, my health, and not breathing all this stuff in, and you know, it just, yeah. So I got to put my electrical panel back up. You can see my line feeding in right there from the outside, and then I refoam the hole, and you know, feeding into the breakers. So I got I think you'll see the AC is on its own 30 amp breaker, and then the lights are on a separate 110 breaker. Of course, the 3-phase fan for the paint booth is on yet a separate one. But anyway, guys, hey, I'm working on a new video series that I'll have on my website available for sale. I've been doing that more lately because I think just people that watch my channel they don't really want to see a lot of detail, step by step, and the people that do want to see it would be willing to pay for it. And it's just a way for me to make a little extra money in the shop to pay for some of this stuff. But like I said, the flag I'm working on, this is the white panel that goes behind it, and all the fabrication of it, the selection of the LEDs, the remotes, the power source, you know, everything, what all to get. Brand new guys that are, you know, just got their CNC plasma table, they don't want to take the time and go filter through a whole bunch of my videos and figure out, you know, what's what. And when you look on Amazon, there's a million different LEDs and remotes and which one's the right one. And so this is a way, you know, you can get it all. Just one video. It walks you through the whole thing, links specifically of what to buy, and that way you know exactly what to do. And so if you're interested in something like that, I've got the video. I've got it up on my website, available for purchase now. And then I'm wrapping up the video on it, though. As you can see, this is not mounted yet. But if you buy it in the next couple of days, as soon as the paint dries, I'll get it all fully assembled and get the video wrapped up, and we'll get that to you along with the list of shopping list of the links and where to buy. Most of it's Amazon. There are a couple of websites that I get some of it on that where the stuff's not available on Amazon. So, but anyway, guys, I thought I'd just show you that, and hope everybody's doing well out there. Show you the paint booth, a little walk through that. Really happy with the, how it's working and the operation of it, and how clean it's keeping the paint jobs. And it's pretty neat when the clear overspray, when I get through spraying a coat of clear on a a set of products like that's in there, and then just immediately put the gun down and walk outside. You can wait about, I would say, about 1 to 2 minutes, something in that range, and then the overspray is completely removed. It stops coming out of the fan. But when I first walk out here, it's still pulling some of it out. But I just let it run until I don't see any more coming out, and then I just shut it off, and it seems to be pulling it out of there really quickly. So it's just good for my overall health not to stand in the middle of it. Even though I've got a respirator on, not to stand in the middle of all that overspray, because respirators leak, and they're definitely not perfect. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go on this one, and we will see you on the next video. And again, if you want to get the LED, how to do a complete LED metal art sign, go check out my website for that. See you guys.